What's up, everybody? Soren Baker here on Unique Access, and today we're joined by T. Rodgers. Thank you for coming through, sir.
No, thank you for having me. I mean, it's always an honor and a pleasure to be just noticed, you know. I mean, you didn't have to have me here, you know, and I could have still been hiding in plain sight. So much gratitude, and I appreciate you just having me here, and you being you, and our long-lasting friendship.
Well, thank you, T. I appreciate that, man.
Yes,
it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. So, T, you have something that I am familiar with your self-class. I sat in on it 1 week, and I thought it was very informative, and I think this is something that...
Well, you know, Soren, you never gave me honest, brutal feedback from that class. Now I have you. Let's hear it.
Well, I thought it was, well, first of all, explain what the acronym is, and then we'll get into that.
The self-class is Survival Education for Life and Family, and we use a foundation of life skills, soft skills, and we cover all of the things that need to be covered right now. The relationships, the parenting, the abuse, the anger management. We cover all those dynamics on a foundation of the rites of passage.
Right.
So what we're doing now, and I think that was one of the classes you sat in on.
Yes, sir.
We were formulating with people all over the country.
Yeah.
How to come up with the rites of passage for this generation and still keep it traditional.
Right, and I think one of the things that I liked about the class that I participated in was that, you know, as the generation, as times pass, we have had a disconnect between parents. We've had a disconnect with the children being able to follow directions, have direction, listen, and different things. And I thought that it was good how you were giving a lot of the people in the class ways that they could pay attention, listen, respect what other people's opinions are regardless of their age, and especially understanding that you don't know everything and no one knows everything. And I think that was a great part of the class. So is that something that you find that's important to do?
It's almost paramount.
Okay.
Because it's not a T. Rodgers class. It is a self-class,
right.
A survival class. It's a survival class in all levels and all aspects. The class, and it's always ran that way. We ask your feeling word. How do you feel right now in the beginning of the class? And then we ask the same thing at the end of the class. But in that interim, I'm just a facilitator. I may know the answer, but it's not my job to give the class the answer. My job is just to guide and direct which way that they should go.
Right.
So the information comes out of them. As I stated before, I shared with you, be still. And when one is still, all those answers lie deep inside your soul. It is that God voice inside of you that will heal you. Your soul will heal you. It knows how to heal you, and it also knows your plan, what you're supposed to do. In that class, we stress that you have to give up the life you're living to live the life that is planned for you. And a lot of people don't want to do that. Did you know that there are 4 fears?
What are they?
It is fear of change, fear of success, fear of failure, and fear of the unknown.
Why do you think people are fearful of success?
How can you be free when you've never been free before? But you die and cry and yearn and burn, you kill for freedom.
Right.
So if we just briefly, we talk about what is freedom. I'm going to throw it back to you. What is freedom?
I think it starts in your mind first.
Absolutely.
Your mind and your body.
Not your body.
Mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. There you go.
Take it directly from the class. Directly from the class. Here we go. To be independent, you have to live on an island. Your best friend is a monkey and you wipe your ass with a leaf. Next thing is to be interdependent, to where the women of today can only go to the store and buy cut up chicken because she doesn't know how to cut up a chicken or how many parts that's in it. Or buy toilet, interdependent. And then lastly, it is codependent, to where either partner says, I cannot live without you. I need you. You are my life, you're my everything. Not so, not so. The other person doesn't make you happy. Happiness comes from yourself.
Right.
These are just some of the things that we talk about. Here we go. There's two formulas that we basically use, that we, the class, uses. Do you remember what they were?
Well, I remember listening is a very important part of it.
Absolutely. But the formula for solving problems are twofold. One I got from Jim Brown, which is the first one. Eliminate the negative, establish the facts, and pick your best options. First thing, eliminate the negative.
Right.
Second thing, once that emotionalism is gone, you establish the facts, not the rumor, not the emotion, not what they said, but what the facts are. And from the facts, you're able to pick your best options. I got this from another mentor of mine. 5 W's plus H. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. If you answer those brutally honest, you will get the answer to any question. I'm going to give you another one.
Mm-hmm.
When a amazing academician and a pure practitioner comes together, that's 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. The world doesn't have a problem them two cannot solve together.
True. So why do you think there's so much chaos in the world?
It's on a firm foundation of the Willie Lynch letter.
And you think that's for the whole world?
For the whole world. Willie got around.
Right.
Lynched a lot of motherfuckers.
No doubt on that, sadly.
So the foundation of the Willie Lynch letter, I believe in deja vu, which is another one of my favorite, Tina Marie, my God. I'll come back again. If your life is filled with sin, you'll come back again, deja vu. When I read that passage, as I stand before you on the banks of the Mississippi River, I will show you how to keep your slaves in line for over 400 years. It's been 500 now, and they're still enslaved. As I look around in the studio, I don't see it. There's no Jordans. Nobody in here is wearing Jordans.
Mm-hmm.
The materialistic slavery, the keeping up with the Joneses, oh, I got to have, the car is bigger, the car is da-da-da-da-da, she's cuter, she's got model, but to play past her naked body and to look into her soul is what the class teaches, not only the men, but the women. Now we're going to transfer that over and teach our children the same thing through the rites of passage.
Right.
So he says, I can knock you out with a right or a left. I can impregnate every girl in the block. And then she says, my rites of passage is being able to work and twerk.
Right.
Just hit that pole. I got a trick, because I can take a banana.
Right.
That's somebody's daughter.
Yeah.
That's somebody's mama. That's somebody's sister. She doesn't know the rites of passage when she becomes a woman, because she bleeds doesn't really mean that she breeds.
But we should tell people how to get involved with the self class. How do people find it?
Absolutely. I think that I was honored and highly favored by the universe and the ancestors to do this particular class online. And you can do it, right off your Android or your iPhone. So it's not a physical location, although we're working on a physical location with one of my handlers, Ben Eisenberg, who also came up with the concept to do the self class online. And then one of the other collectives that self has is Kenny B, who is a historian, and he tapes and he keeps for posterity a lot of the things that we do. So there is a machine that's behind the class, and again, it's just not T. Rodgers' class. One of the first places you can go is www.trodgersinc.com, RODGERSINC.com. the self class. We also, Sidewalk University is a human crisis consulting company to where we don't care what your crises are. If it's gang banging in the home, if it's parenting, if it's abuse, and that's DV, the domestic violence. Oh man, I mean, and a lot of people don't even know when they're being abused
Right.
in the home.
Because a lot of it's mental also.
It's all mental.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, not all, but a lot of it.
No, it's all mental. Because if you're in your right mind and you're with your partner, it should be on a foundation of love.
True.
Unconditional love.
True.
And anything outside of that is a mental illness. So, and again, that's what we teach in class. Stripping, gangbanging, violence, getting high, the instant gratification of wanting to feel good is all on the foundation of mental illness that we teach inside the class. It's not, you know what? I never had a job in my life. I've never had a job in my life. Everything that I've done, and including cooking, is a hobby and a labor of love. You know, shameless plug. I make a mean 50-cent taco. Yeah, 50 cents. So these are the things that we're doing now. We're supporting Kenny B and his business. It's one of the only black-owned Chinese food establishments in LA. There is a very, very young woman who is very industrious that has I believe it's called Supermarket, spelled differently. It's an Instagram build business right now, and what they're doing is they're putting together this organic business. And what I do is I cook for those who have mental problems, but they are diabetes, high blood pressure, all the things that plague the community. And I specialize in that, and we're partnering, collaborating together. She's going to get organic foods and I'll cook them, and we're going to go to, there's 35 black farmers in the U.S. and we're going to contact all 35 of them. There's another guy, a young guy, he's in his 30s. He grosses over $700,000 a month on his clothing line that he's shipped over to Japan. Of course, we've got one rapper who happens to be one of my grandsons, and my other grandson, I'm grooming him to take over two of the businesses that I have. So we keep that within the family. That is my legacy. There are other, Steve-O Blackheart, who is out of Houston, that is the engineer for Scarface. So we're helping and supporting him in his business. And this is what we're doing. You want a war or you want revolution? And I've been fighting all my life. T. Rodgers is absolute and perfect famous warrior. I was born to do nothing but fight. When I was young and mean and my mind was more keen, I've earned a rep with my hands. Woo, my God, I'd knock you out with a right or left, a front snap kick, a spinning heel. Now, I just beat your brains up. And then after that, I support you in what you want to do. Because I don't want to teach you or train you to get a job and go to your grave as a slave for the minimum wage. I want you to do what you love doing. If it is something that you love doing, it is not a job, it's not going to work, but it's a labor of love, and you're getting paid for what you love to do. So that's what we're doing now, and supporting black businesses all over. I mean, we've got a guy, Twilight Bay in London, we're supporting him with his radio show. So we're global with this, and we're not so much giving back, but we're doing what we're supposed to do. It is that village concept, you know, where the barter system sometimes, you know. Right. We're getting into urban guerrilla gardening. I shouldn't have said that. You knocked that building down where I used to stay. Man, we planting potatoes, tomatoes, herbs, and then when you come back and you talk crap, we take it up and go plant it over somewhere else. Then I got my grandmother, I got my auntie, I got Uncle Joe, but we're taking the dirt and we're cultivating those the planters. I mean, on your windowsill, your back porches, wherever there is land, grow something. You want war or revolution. You control your money. We are the greatest consumers in the world. Read and digest the Willie Lynch letter and then regurgitate it. And as you regurgitate it, live it that particular way. And these are your first steps to freedom.
There it is, y'all. It's Soren Baker here on Unique Access, joined by T. Rodgers, the legend. Appreciate you coming through, sir.
I'm the legend of Zeldor.